and welcome to TalkFCB, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, to a Barcelona news roundup. And with Napoli less than 10 days away, it's getting really exciting now. There is plenty to discuss, from the injury problems that we currently have at centre-back. That admittedly is not so exciting. We're also going to be talking about Ousmane Dembélé and his recovery, but very interestingly, Setien reportedly has a plan for Messi in the Champions League. And will it be enough to see us go deep into the tournament? It's all coming up in today's video. Let's get to it. But if we start first of all with the venue for Barcelona against Napoli, because the plan so far from UEFA has always been to play all of the remaining round of 16 ties from the original home stadiums of the clubs that are still involved in the tournament. And that appears to be something that is still going to go ahead as planned. However, with regard to Barca against Napoli, UEFA right now are monitoring the COVID-19 situation in the city of Barcelona after recent increases in cases within the city. And apparently they're communicating right now with the Department of Health. They're talking over exactly what the best procedure will be in order to decide whether that game should be moved to a neutral venue and therefore away from the Camp Nou. Now, you're not going to be at all surprised to hear that Napoli are very much pushing UEFA to move that game away from the Camp Nou. They believe that it'll be much better at a neutral venue, and I'm sure they do. Having played the first game at Stadio San Paolo in front of all their fans, I'm sure they would like it to be moved there in the second leg. But right now, UEFA are just waiting to see how the situation develops. Obviously, right now, the priority has to be the health, but I do really hope we can see it there at the Camp Nou. It's not as though we're going to have fans packed inside the stadium. It is going to be behind closed doors, and I think there, for the integrity of the round of 16 stage, for the integrity of the entire tournament, it is the fairest way that we get our home leg, and I really do hope it happens live from the Camp Nou. But if we do move on to today's training session, and in particular there, a closer look at our centre-back options, and the options basically that are dwindling right now. What I do have to say though is, in today's training session, fantastic news, because Clement Lenglet returned there with the group for part of that session, and he's going to be back, and he's going to be absolutely fine for that game against Napoli. And believe me, given the news that I'm about to bring you, that's crucial. We need Lenglet, we need Piqué to stay injury-free and to basically remain untouched there at centre-back, because things aren't going well. Because apart from those two players that are right now looking okay, our options are getting thinner and thinner with every passing day. Because first of all, you've got Samuel Umtiti, who, as we know, is completely ruled out not only for the Napoli game, but for the entire season. And to be honest, we still have absolutely no idea, A, what's actually wrong there with Umtiti, what sort of injury that he currently has, and B, when we might expect to see him back in the team and recovered from whatever that problem is. Alongside Umtiti, who, like I say, is ruled out, we have Ronald Araujo, who was supposed to be the third centre-back at Barcelona in Umtiti's absence, but given his injury in Barca B's playoff final, he also looks set right now to miss the game against Napoli with that sprained ankle injury, which means we're down to the bare bones. We are lacking right now in options at centre-back, so much so that Setien actually called up there yesterday to training another B-team centre-back, this time young George Cuenca. And would you believe it? Cuenca went to training, he was the man then called upon to be the third centre-back, and incredibly, he's now injured too. He picked up there a thigh problem, which has ruled him out for Napoli and most likely the rest of the season, and I just can't believe it. Honestly, how is this happening? You couldn't make this up. We have no options at centre-back, and if you don't laugh, you will cry. Because it is staggering right now to see the problems that Barcelona are having right throughout their team, and to be fair, the problems with injuries that we've had all season long. And honestly, with less than 10 days to go, we've got to keep our fingers crossed. We've got to hope here that we don't pick up any more issues, because we can't afford any more problems. And if we do indeed move further up the field with Griezmann and Luis Suarez both currently undergoing individual training away from the group right now, although both players are expected to be absolutely fine for that game against Napoli. But whilst that may be the case there for Suarez and for Griezmann, it will not, it appears, be the case for Ousmane Dembélé, who right now, according to all of the local media within Barcelona, he is almost certainly ruled out for the Napoli game. And I think, to be honest, as we've spoken about before with Dembele, that there was news that I was, to be honest, expecting. There's no relapse, there's no problem there, it's not something that he's had a big setback or anything like that. All that it is right now is that Barcelona don't want to take that risk. Napoli is going to come just before Ousmane Dembélé could return, and that's why the club are not willing to rush him in. They're not going to cut corners, they're not going to throw him into a game like that without really getting absolutely ready for it. And instead right now, it is being reported that Ousmane Dembélé is targeting the final 8 of the Champions League. He's working with that goal in mind, he's aspiring there to be available in Lisbon for all of those one-off ties, and should we make it to the quarter-final stage, I am hoping we can see again Ousmane Dembélé. Finally though guys, in today's video, I would like to talk here about Mundo Deportivo's cover and a really intriguing story, a very, very interesting approach here, because they come out there with the headline, The Messi Plan. And apparently there, Quique Setién, over this little break that we've had, over the course there of the final stretch of the season, he's been looking for a way to get the best out of Messi, where to put him on the field, how to surround him in the best way to get the maximum you possibly can out of what is the best player in the world. And I don't think we're under any illusion here. I don't think here any of us can deny it. If we're going to be winning the Champions League, even if we're going to be challenging for this title, we're going to need the best version, the absolute best version of Lionel Messi. There's no mistake about that. And in order to make that happen, Quique Setién believes that Messi has got to focus all of his energy, all of his efforts throughout games on the final third only, and only that final third of the pitch there, looking at the goal, being as close to the goal as he possibly can. And he's actually saying there, Quique Setién, don't come deep, don't drop in, and don't create chances. I'm going to try and get the team and get the midfield there to do that for you. You focus on the goal scoring. You focus there on being involved in the final third in terms of in and around the area where we need Messi to be his decisive best. And apparently Setien, which is also really encouraging, along with Messi there being closer to the goal, in order there to get players in that midfield who create chances, who can make penetrating passes, who can do Messi's job for him instead of him having to drop deep, he's going to be calling there Setien upon Ricky Puig, upon Frenkie de Jong, to make those passes, to be destructive in the place of Messi, so that Messi can be his best in the final third. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see whether this plan translates out on the field. MD here very much forming an opinion, but as we know, they can be well informed on what's going on. And I just think here, we do need Messi to be closer to the goal. We do need Messi to be more destructive in the final third. But the problem has always been that midfield. You've got to get the right players in there. Ricky Puig, Frenkie de Jong, they are the right men for the job. We have to see both of them, and I'm sure we will see both of them against Napoli. And that plan there is something definitely to keep in mind. So that right there, guys, is the latest from Barcelona as we do continue to build up to that colossal game against Napoli, of course. Make sure you do get involved there in all of the chats, all of the build-up, and everything that is going on minute by minute. Of course, you can join there in the description, the flip chat where it's all happening. But of course, guys, in the coming days, plenty more uploads, plenty more build-up to come. Please, please no more injuries. We can't afford that. But let me know what you think about that Messi plan from Quique Setién. I will see you soon, guys. Thanks, as always, for watching. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.